What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on a beautiful and very gorgeous Thursday afternoon. I was just outside hanging out with my new pup. She's kind of starting to like me just a tiny bit, but we were outside and the weather is gorgeous. So hopefully you're enjoying it too. But thank you for hanging out with us here on Thursday as we dig into the Thursday night football game between the Eagles and the New York Giants. It should be a really good game. It's a divisional opponent, so sometimes these games can be really weird. We're going to talk through all of this with our insider. Rafael Esparza is here to join us, as well as Robbie Hockey, who I was subbing in for yesterday. Well, if you're not watching the show live, you're already behind. And yesterday, we had a great day. We cashed both of our plays on the site or on the show here. We had many plays that cashed throughout justethatsports.com. Go ahead and go over there now and sign up. But the aces came through. They went way over that. And then Vladdy Daddy cashed his first, the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in the very first inning. So it was a good game and a good start. Hot start for me, for sure. Well, it was a hot start on our first day on our own YouTube channel, and we're hoping to continue that. Let's bring in Robbie Hockey here. What up, man?
What up, dude? Man, y'all did great yesterday. I got to admit, I was driving back from the job site, listening to the playback of you guys, and y'all had me cracking up, especially you trying to pronounce Kel McCarr's name. I about lost it when I was driving.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but Kel Maker is the guy who I was trying to pronounce. And so I don't know about kale. I don't eat kale. My wife eats lots of kale. That's not me, but Kel Maker, Makar, whatever. I know that Miss Kimberly White hit a whatever the guy's name is. I'm not even going to try. And then I hit Pavel Donkalakawogo, that one. And then I hit Mr. Geek. Geek came through for me on a goal score. I hope I never, ever, and I say this with all sincerity, and I do apologize, I hope I never have to light the lamp again, because I have no idea, one, their names, two, whatever I'm doing. I don't even know what they play for. I know nothing about hockey, but there is a hockey decision coming a little bit later today. Let's bring in the third man. He is the guy on the end. What up, Ralph?
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you doing this glorious Thursday? I can't believe it's Thursday already. Where'd the week go?
I know the week's flying by, and I'm on vacation all next week. I'll have my toes in the sand. My transparent white body might be a little bit of a tint of pink coming up forward, because I will be out in the sun a little bit more than normal. So, yes.
Who goes on vacation during football season? That's like getting married on a Sunday during football season. Like, who does that?
People that have children for fall break. That's who does that. And that's our only time we do it. And so the fall, it's school time. And then sports, basketball starts up, Ralph, very, very soon. Just
my birthday, it starts October 21st.
Really?
Hey.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have you on and we'll sing happy birthday to you, Raphael, for sure. All right.
Well, I think I called off sick that day.
There will be no, is it Madonna or whoever? No, God, I'm an idiot. Not Madonna. She's blonde. Who's the girl who sings the happy birthday, the famous one?
Mariah Carey?
No, I know what I'm thinking about. Anyway, we're gonna go past that, because I know I can't say what I want to say, how to explain it. But yes, if you know what I know, then you know what I know. All right, let's move on to the game tonight. As we have the Eagles going into New York to take on the Giants. Raphael, I'm going to start with you. Money on this game. Who's got it? Where's it at? What is the public playing tonight?
Well, the public played law last night when they were parlaying the Dodgers money line to the Dodgers of the Super Bowl champions. So the books are sitting pretty right now. They could probably do whatever they want because they're probably in the plus. I haven't seen any significant money come in on either team today that says, oh, okay, maybe they'll have to move it back to 7 or move it up to 8. There's two different numbers, 7.5. Most of the 7.5 ESPN bet, FanDuel, and I do believe DraftKings still has 7.5. That just tells me that they just want you to hit that GSP and play the total with it when the 7.5, when most of the sharp books have 7 on there. So I would probably, if you're looking to play 7.5 on the Giants, I would say do that. I mean, you could buy the half point and get 8. I think it's going to be a much closer game than people think. I'm just not sold on the Eagles. This is not the same Eagles team we saw last year. And the Giants are playing with free money.
Right.
The coaching staff's not going to be there. I don't care if Dart has a gold jacket after the season because he's instant Hall of Fame. They're going to have a whole new regime next year, sir. I think most of these players on the team are auditioning to either stay with the Giants or B, audition to go to another team next year. So they're rolling with free money. And when you're rolling with free money, you have no desire to either win or lose, just to play hard. And I think these teams, the Giants, are going to play hard tonight.
I think they will play hard, and they showed against the Chargers that honestly that they can win games. And then we saw them against the Saints, and they can't win games. And so I don't know what Giants team you're going to get. I think you're going to have that roller coaster of a team, Robbie. And so when I look at this line tonight, do you like 7.5 either way? And if you do, for what team?
I don't. You know I'm a player prop guy, and even after watching last week with the Rams and Niners, and the Rams not only didn't cover, but they got beat. It's one of those where I can't do it. That's more Mark and Raphael's wheelhouse. Now, when it comes to player props, I can tell you all you need to know. But as far as this game goes, I'm not touching the money line or the spread.
Well, also we have the total, Raphael, and it's 40.5, and that's a lot lower than normal games. Is that because the Giants aren't good? Because if the Giants can score 2 touchdowns, for them to cover on the Eagles side, you're going to have to get at least, 25 to 28 points there for them. So what are your thoughts on the Giants helping that total go over or under?
I know people love Dart, people love Scatterbo and all that, but if they couldn't score against the Saints defense, I'm not saying the Saints defense sucks, but the Saints defense is not the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense is still really good. It's their offense that's been struggling. I just think New York can have a hard time scoring tonight. I think we're going to see a low-scoring game in this one and a low-scoring game at Wrigley. So one will have more points in this game because the wind's howling in at Wrigley, and I think the defense of the Eagles is going to keep the Eagles in this game, not the offense.
Wow. Well, so if you look at that, all right. So let me see if I can pick you apart real quick, Raphael, because you think this is going to be low scoring, and I just don't see how in the world the Giants hold the Eagles to less than 17 points. But I don't see how in the world that we have a Giants team that doesn't score a touchdown and a field goal to get to 10. So it'd be 17-10. Is that where you think this thing ends up, like a 17-10 type of game? Or if not, I think that the Eagles steamroll the Giants in this game tonight.
I could see like a 21-7 type of game, just a really dull one, really slow one. I mean, it's a division battle. It's not like these two teams never played. These two teams know how to play each other. The Giants have seen Hurts many, many times before. I think the Dart has pretty much the advantage, just because he's a mobile quarterback as well. So I think that could maybe cause some issues. I just don't see a lot of points being scored. I know the Eagles had a only players meeting. I hate when they call it. Who cares about an only players meeting? I rather watch only fans than watch an only players meeting and stuff like that. I don't care about what they said in an only meeting with no management stuff there. But I think both quarterbacks will throw the ball a lot. How successful are they going to be throwing? I think that's another story.
All right. Well, speaking of OnlyFans, talking about your birthday song earlier, it was Marilyn Monroe, and I know that I'm an idiot, but yes, that's exactly who it was, and we'll just kind of leave it at that one. But Robbie, let's talk about the game script in this game, because let's not talk sides and totals, but how does the Giants stay in this game? Because Raphael alluded to that their defense is much better than their offense, and I think we understand that, especially with Jackson Dart being a rookie at the QB. How do they win this game, or how do they even just stay close?
Cam Scatterbo. That's how. He's got to run like I know he can. Like I was saying, I think a couple weeks ago, he reminds me of Mike Allstott, so he can actually catch the ball too. So I think you're going to see a lot of work on the ground. I think you're going to see a lot of work in the checkdowns to Scatterbo. Look, man, everybody is banged up on that Giants team, and your best wide receiver, I think, is Jalen Hyatt right now, or Wan'Dale Robinson. So that's not a good sign for an offense that needs to get something going. I think they're going to have to figure out the ground game. I'm not sure how it's going to work because the Eagles' defensive line is stout.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. And you talk about that, defensive line for the Eagles, Raphael. Do you think Cam Scatterbo or even Jackson Dart can get running tonight? Because without that, I don't see how in the world they can keep up if they don't get any kind of run game.
Yeah, we saw it last week. I mean, the Saints pretty much did pretty well against Scatterbo. We have now game after game footage with him. I think players on the other side, defense players are going to see what he's all about.
Yeah.
So catching, running, it's going to catch up to him because now footage of him out there. So again, we're playing against the Eagles defense, which has been carrying them, carried them in the Super Bowl when they beat the Chiefs, carried them for the first couple of games. Now they have to play against 2 rookies in a lineman. I think Dart going on a road again, back-to-back road games. I think that we could maybe see some more rookie mistakes on him.
I agree. And I think that's what we're going to get with Dart is a lot of rookie mistakes. So on the Eagles side, Robbie, going to this side, how do they win convincingly? Because I think we all agree that they should win tonight. But how do they win convincingly?
Yeah, and everybody's going to look at Saquon, right? He's going back to New York tonight. It's actually not getting a lot of attention as I thought it would. I know the last time they played, that's all you heard about. But I think it's going to be through the air. You've got A.J. Brown, who is doing A.J. Brown things. But Devontae Smith is the guy that I think on the Eagles who could really blow the doors off that Giants defense. We watched the Dallas and the Giants game 3 weeks ago, and that was a shootout. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are about the same as CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So that's how they win, and they win convincingly. I think they go deep early and often. I think they try to get Jalen Hurts rolling, and that's why I think they'll win pretty big.
Really? See, I don't know why they would do that. Jalen Hurts is not a good passer. And yes, I saw somebody mention it. Dak Prescott is better than Jalen Hurts. I'm just going to be honest. It's just the truth. And if I
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's you told me before the show started that you thought Dak Prescott was better.
No,
than
I didn't. I judge everybody by ships, and last time I saw Dak has no ship.
All right, Raphael, how do the Eagles win tonight and do it convincingly? Not just a squeak by, a convincing win.
Passing. I think they passed the ball a lot because I think the secondary. I mean, Rattler did pretty well against the Giants, and you're trying to tell me I don't think Rattler is a good quarterback at all. Anybody that's in the Saints quarterback room is really not that good. So I just think if you're the Eagles, they're going to expect you to run. They're going to expect Hurts to run. They're going to expect everybody to run. I think you surprise everyone. I think use the tight ends right away. I would say A.J. Brown, he's a decoy because everyone thinks he's going to get the ball because his mouth won't shut up about he wants the ball. Use him as a decoy and give everyone else the ball. So I think Hurts has a big day with his arm, not his legs.
Wow. See, that would shock me. I think this is going to be a game where they say, hey, we're going to dominate the line of scrimmage and just, your third quarter, deep into the third quarter, New York just looks like they gave up because they've been beaten up so much, just like people that are trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Eventually, you're just like, all right, I give. Like, just tap out because it is not fun at all. All right, let's go ahead and give our final thoughts on this game, and we'll get Raphael out of here. So I'm going to start with you first, Robbie. Who wins this game, and who covers the spread?
Well, I'm going to take Philly to win the game, even though history has showed us so far Thursday night games are nothing concrete, right? The favorite never does what they're supposed to do. But I think they win convincingly. I think they win 31-10.
31 see, all right, I'm a big fan of that. Raphael, who wins tonight? Who covers the spread?
I want to wait to see how low La Tech goes because they were perfect 5-0 against the spread in college football. I think East Carolina plus the points is a good play, and Tulane, it's a really good play. But if you want to talk about a football game, just because we have 2 baseball games, a whole bunch of hockey games, I will give this horrible division team a division football game that I'm forced to watch on sound because there's no way it's going to be on sound in my office. I'll say the Eagles win this one, but I'm going to think it's a close one.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like a 17-13 type of game.
All right. Well, that is not your last question because I held this one till very, very last. The Cubs tonight in Chicago, they're on the brink of elimination. They need a win. They got one last night, correct? They won last night?
Yeah.
Okay. So tonight, can they do it again? I believe it's Matthew Boyd that's on the hill. So can they do it again tonight and stave off elimination against the Brewers?
During the trade deadline, I was telling people we need another starter. We didn't get one, and it's poking its ugly head right now. People are like, yes, I'm a diehard Cubs fan. I would love to see them win again. But why? Did you see us get spanked against the Phillies or Dodgers? No, I don't want to see that. I think the Brewers are just too good. I wouldn't be shocked if the Cubs win this one, go back to Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee wins at home. So I think the Cubs do win this one. It's Cubs weather today. Like when you play the Bears, you always say, "Oh, it's Bears weather or Packers weather." It's Cubs weather. The wind's howling in. It's going to be 50 degrees, so maybe put a wind chill of maybe 40 tonight on there. So I think it's going to be an ugly game. It wouldn't shock me if it's like a 2-1 type of game.
Yeah, and if you've been to Chicago, which I know a lot of our chat has, it is so cold off of that. Like, it's just like I was out there during the summer, like midsummer, and at night I wore literally pants because it was kind of chilly. And so at that time it was great. But right now, 50s, and then it's gonna be colder than that. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really cold, especially there at Wrigley Field. Raphael, can't thank you enough for hanging out with us in our second episode here on our own Weekday Wagers channel.
And I heard that wasn't asked for the first episode, but that's another.
We didn't even ask Robbie to come on.
I wasn't on either, Raphael.
Oh, okay. Then don't feel bad then. Don't feel bad then.
Yeah.
This is y'all's first. You're welcome. All right. Well, let's get to our picks. We're gonna get Raphael out of here right after this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's gonna turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Speaking of locks, let's get to it as we got our plays. And Robbie, I'm going to let you start off first. What you got?
Yeah, man, we're going to go to a little catch and run parlay at plus 106. Full transparency, I used my 50% DK boost and got this at plus 159. But I like Cam Scatterboo, 2+ receptions. He's cleared this in every game this season. No more Malik Neighbors, rookie quarterback, making his first start in prime time. And the Giants are a 7.5 underdog. I like that Cam's going to get a lot of work. I'm not sure what he's going to do with those receptions, but I think he's going to get plenty. I even played his 3+ receptions up to plus 117. And then secondly, we're going to go to Devontae Smith, 40+ receiving yards. He's cleared this in 3 of his last 4, going for 114 last week against a really stout Denver defense. He's not playing Denver this week. He's playing the Giants, who are one of the worst defenses in the league against opposing wide receivers. They've allowed 10 different wide receivers to go over 40+, but both these guys together at a plus 106.
All right, let's go, Vladdy. I'm just kidding. We're going the money line parlay here. It's at plus 105, and this is college football. We're going to go Jacksonville State first. They're a much better team than Sam Houston State. And so I just expect this game to be Jacksonville State runaway at this point. And so because of that, I like Jacksonville State to win the money line. It's a little juicy on its own. So let's parlay together. We're going to go Louisiana Tech. And if you heard Raphael, he loves Louisiana Tech tonight. They're 5-0 against the spread this season. Well, they're favored by 5.5. So let's go ahead and make this one simple for everybody tonight. We're going to take 2 teams that I expect to win, maybe even cover the spread on their own. But you put them together, you get a plus 105 money line parlay. All right. A little college football. We got a little NFL football. You got a WNBA pick for tonight?
I don't think WNBA's on tonight.
God, I almost got you. I was hoping you'd be like, yeah, no, I don't. All right. I knew that they were not playing tonight. I don't believe they are playing tonight. I think they have a day off in between games, but there is so much that's going on. Every single hockey team plays tonight. Can you give me your favorite matchup, just overall across the board, a favorite matchup that you want to be watching tonight?
Well, the one I'm going to be watching would be my Predators, but the best matchup, and I really wanted to take a lot of player props in this one, is St. Louis versus Minnesota. You got your favorite guy, Kirill Kaprizov, is making his first start tonight after getting paid $136 million for an 8-year deal. I like him tonight, but I really like St. Louis. They have a lot of guys who can put the puck in the back of the net. So for player props, I think that's your best bet for attacking that game. Guys like Dylan Holloway and Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Boldy, Robert Thomas, a lot of dudes you've never heard of before, but I like them to get some points tonight.
Who are those teams again?
Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues.
I know the Blues. I talked about the Wild yesterday. I did call them the Coyotes, though, but I was thinking of the Wild. I was thinking of the llama. My bad. Sorry. I knew it was two animals. But it is the time where we want to find out who my team is, and Joe will not leave me alone on this about my hockey team. So listen, it's the time for the hockey decision. I'm glad everybody's invested in this. I have no idea what I'm doing with picking my team. And so I initially started as a kind of a joke, just to kind of be a fan of a hockey team. And so I have picked my team, and I had to figure out a team. It came down to a few. One of those that was in the final three was the Tampa Bay Lightning. I ended up not choosing them because I wanted a team that kind of is the up and coming. I wanted a team to kind of get on the bandwagon a little early and not late, because that's no fun when you're cheering for a team that always wins or is expected to win. So I didn't go with them. So I alluded to it today on the show this morning, and if you caught it, so be it. But the team that I'm going with is the Utah Mammoths. The design is sexy. The colors match ours. So I had to go with the Utah Mammoths. They seem like a fun team. They're supposed to be good, Robbie. So did I make a good decision?
Color scheme wise, yeah, you made a good decision.
Okay. Besides that, nothing?
Nah, nothing.
Okay.
I got a lot of players on my fantasy hockey team from Utah, but as far as the team goes, they'll be better, but I still don't think they're gonna make the playoffs.
All right. Well, I'm glad you said that, because Robbie, in the words of Lee Corso, not so fast. I do like the hat. I do like the color scheme. It all works for me, but Robbie, you know how I am. You know how I'm driven, and it's about rivalries. I don't know who their rivals are. I know nothing about them, but I know I'm from Memphis. You're from outside of the Nashville area. You like the Predators, and so I just started thinking, how can we make this more fun? And so, yes, I do like this colors, and I do like the logo, but Robbie, I think it's time that we have my real team, and this is the team I'm going to rock with for the rest of the year, and it's time to go quack, quack, as I like the Ducks, baby. We're going with the Ducks. It looks so good. I like the logo. I have no clue. I just know they're from Anaheim. You told me they have a really good coach. I listened to you, and I like that. So because of that, let's go with some Anaheim Ducks. I think this could be a fun season.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I think so, because they're going to be really good. Preds are rebuilding. You got two young teams. I think the Ducks have the slight advantage this year, though, over my Preds, if I'm being honest. But I do hope a bird shits on that hat.
I didn't expect that one. All right. Well, I decided I wasn't going to go with a few different teams because of their logos, and I kind of just kept it really close. And so my three teams, realistically, like this is me. Like it was the Tampa Bay Lightning because I like their logo, and I was like, that's cool. I have friends and family that's in Tampa, and they are Lightning fans. I was like, I could be friends with them. I can know about their team. And then Utah Mammoths, I have a friend there. I like their logo, but then I heard about the rival, and then I heard that they're actually a good up-and-coming team, a new coach. I have no clue who his name is. Hold on. I see Emilio Estevez. That's his name. Their new coach.
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
Wrong mighty duck.
So, yes, I do love the Ducks, and so we're going to ride with the Ducks this year, and so hopefully it should be good. I did see somebody say, aren't they terrible? They're not terrible. I think they've been terrible, right?
They've been terrible. Yes, correct. But they came on at the end of last year. They got a lot of young guys. And like I said, Joe Quenneville, he coached at Chicago, won a couple of Stanley Cups there. I think they're in good hands.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to ride with. And so we're going to do the Flying V, I hear. That's the rumor from the new coach is they're doing the Flying V. All right. So
Okay.
it even says Ducks on the back, just in case I turn it around, I can remind you as
You realize they did a lot of things in that movie that would not fly in an actual NHL game. Like when they switched their goalie, like mid switch, like that doesn't happen. One, you can't do that in the amount of time they claim to do it. And two, it's a penalty. You can't just do that and then have your goalie go out and play. Like that movie makes no sense as an adult. I loved it as a kid, but as I watched as an adult and know the game, I'm like, this is stupid. None of this shit should work. None of it.
I watched Space Jam. None of this shit should work. We
Like,
know
okay.
Michael's secret stuff isn't available on the shelf. Okay.
They also had Looney Tunes in that movie.
Yeah, they were Looney Tunes. All right. Well, before this show gets to be Looney Tuned, let's go ahead and roll through everybody's favorite, the Rob Dar. I called it because you weren't on the show yesterday. The Rob Dar segment.
I heard.
And we're going to go through these pretty quickly. The lines are starting to trickle out on some of these that you like the most. So we're going to go on an express lane type form of Robbie's radar. So we're going to go with Evan Ingram first. Where are you going here?
Yeah, so the lines are out, and I've put all the plays that I could put out yesterday on justthestatsports.com. But I took Evan Ingram, 23-plus receiving yards, minus 108. Took his 3-plus receptions. It was a little juice, minus 135, but I think he sees a lot of work. And then I took a little sprinkle on his anytime touchdown at plus 300. I just love this matchup against the Jets. We all saw what Ferguson did against the Jets last week. They're terrible against the tight end. So that's why I really like Evan Ingram to get his this weekend.
All right. Well, speaking of Ferguson.
Like that. Yeah, so his lines finally came out. The books held these as long as they could. So I took 44-plus receiving yards, minus 110 at BetMGM. Took his anytime touchdown at plus 145. And then this one, this is a tough one. It's a lot of receptions at very high odds, but I took his 6-plus receptions at minus 135. And the reason why is he's getting double-digit targets, and he's been getting right at 6 to 7, almost 9 receptions a game the last few weeks since CeeDee Lamb went down. So that one is a little juiced. If you don't want that one, I don't blame you. But the thing is he's catching these short routes. He's not getting a ton of yards. He's just getting a lot of receptions. So I went ahead and took that to cover my butt in case the 44 doesn't pan out.
All right. Well, let's keep this thing going down to Miami with Devon Achane.
Yeah, it's another guy that took forever to get their lines out. I grabbed his 60-plus rushing yards at minus 115 yesterday, which I think is a really great number. And then I went another high one, 96 rushing and receiving at minus 110, and that was at Fanatics. I believe it was pretty similar at BetMGM. And then I took his anytime touchdown at plus 100. I posted that play early yesterday morning. I think a lot of books have this at minus 115 to minus 125 now. So if you followed along yesterday, you at least got plus money for that one.
Yeah, if you followed along yesterday, you heard all this in very eloquent words from Mark and myself. And so you probably already know about all this, but we're showing these to you just in case that Robbie might have some other thoughts. But practically, we gave it to you on a silver platter. Let's go to the last guy here. Oh, that's the wrong guy. We're going to go here. We're going to go with a stiff arm from hell. We're going to go Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, this is another one. I liked his rushing yards, 78-plus rushing yards, and I got that at Hard Rock at minus 115. I took the 99-plus rushing and receiving at minus 111. As we said yesterday, that touchdown prop is just unplayable. It's minus 250. If you don't like any of these and you think these numbers are too high, I actually built a parlay out of Josh Jacobs. So I took his anytime touchdown, 75 rushing and receiving, and then just 70 rushing yards, and that came out to plus 110. So if these numbers seem high to you and you really want a way to target Jacobs, that's another way you can target it and at least get plus money.
All right. So go ahead and get all these guys. It is Josh Jacobs, Devon Achane, Jake Ferguson, and then the first guy you saw was Evan Ingram. Go ahead and get those in now. They've been hot. The Rob Dar has been loaded. I do like what Joe said. Call it the DG Dar. We can change the name if y'all like. I think it just rolls off the tongue. So nice.
If it's going to be Rob Dar, go ahead and call it DG Dar, and I'll just get you all the information.
Right. All right, let's go to the game tonight. We're going to kind of circle back here as we go to some pay dirt. And so we're looking at this, Robbie. We have Jalen Hurts, which is, you have Saquon Barkley. I believe it was like minus 160. You can't play that. And so if you want to pair that with something, fine, whatever. But I saw Jalen Hurts here, and so I like the minus 125. It's not too juicy there. But then Devontae Smith, and I was struggling. Who do I put on here? Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown. I just chose Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert since he doesn't like A.J. Brown. And so I figured those three. And then we're going to go the other side of Cam Scattaboo, and it was Scattaboo, or we're going to go with Dart here, and then Wan'Dale Robinson, and then Theo Johnson, who has got a lot of looks there in the actual red zone. And so anybody that you like for your primetime pay dirt?
I do. I actually put him on the site Tuesday night. I took Devontae Smith plus 255. Giants have allowed 6 touchdowns to wide receivers this season, at least 1 in every game. Smith has a tutty in 4 of his last 6 against New York. Saquon's good to go tonight, but I feel like, everybody's going to be on that narrative that he's going to score, and he probably will. But I think, like I was saying earlier, I think the Eagles win this game by passing, and I feel like Devontae Smith's just going to break out for a long one tonight.
I think Devontae Smith is a really good look, and that's why I literally put him on there over A.J. Brown. Dallas Goedert's getting some looks. Kevin Walls likes Dallas Goedert as well. Scotty Wise saying the first tutter is going to A.J. Dillon, which would shock me.
That's got to be a saloon shot at that point.
There's no telling what that number is, because you're talking about a team going up against this former team. You're going to have to go ahead and go with a guy who is Saquon Barkley there to get the rock. So I'm going to go to the other tight end. And I like Theo Johnson. I will probably make this a official play on justthatsports.com. But I like Theo Johnson to get into the pay dirt here at plus 425. I've been kind of going back and forth about his receiving yards, but I like Theo Johnson to get in. I think everybody's favorite, security blanket as a new QB is the tight end. And I think Theo Johnson will be that again tonight, even against the Eagles, who are decent against the tight end. I believe that he can get in for sure. So I like Theo Johnson. Let me know who you like in the chat, because now Scotty Wise throwing in a Jackson Dart first touchdown. Just roll in with it. Yeah. Boogie likes Bellinger over 1.5 receptions.
Yeah, Daniel Bellinger, he had 4 last game, and with all their guys hurt, I don't hate that at 2.5. Let me see what the line is. I think it's minus 130, minus 138. I can't read. I actually can't see, but it's around the minus 130 mark, but I don't hate that.
Okay. Yeah, he has been, especially last game. I do have a question. I'm just thinking about this off the top of my head. Who are the 3 receivers for the Giants tonight?
You've got Wan'Dale Johnson, you've got Jalen Hyatt, and you got Bo Collins. I think his name's Bo Collins.
I believe you're reading that. You're reading that. One is Robinson, not, I think you said something else, but Wan'Dale Robinson, you're right, Jalen Hyatt, and then Bo Collins. I know nothing about Bo Collins. It looks like he's a rookie.
I couldn't tell you. I was doing my research on the guys today. I kind of wanted to go Jalen Hyatt 2+ receptions, but I just can't trust it. So yeah, that's the only reason why I know that stat.
Well, speaking of Jalen Hyatt, Mark likes Jalen Hyatt under 1.5 receptions. Not cleared the line of the season. Snap percentages decreased even with the injuries. Do we know if we could look at this real quick and find out if Slayton is playing tonight?
I don't believe so. When I'm looking at Doink right now, he's not listed as in the lineup. I haven't got official confirmation, but right now they have Wan'Dale, Jalen, and Bo as 1, 2, and 3.
That's where I was looking at that, and I thought you were looking at the same too. You probably were cheating. You were. It's okay. It's okay.
Can't prove it, but I knew those guys.
I did not, and that's why I was shocked that you. Well, Mark says he is not playing tonight, so that's important. Yeah. So Slayton is definitely out, and so if you need to change fantasy lineups or looking for a guy that might be a sneaky play. If you're looking to throw just kind of a grenade and hoping something blows up, well, you could go after one of these Giants receivers, maybe Wan'Dale Robinson. But tonight,
or you could wait till this weekend and not touch anybody on the Giants.
Absolutely, I would never touch the Giants. But I didn't want to give that advice because that's good advice. I was trying to give them bad advice because they could be in the weekday wagers, and I have no clue who I'm playing this week in our fantasy matchup. But I'm hoping they pick up Darius Slayton or somebody. Maybe even Brock Purdy. Play Brock Purdy. That'd be good. Play him again over Josh Allen. I don't know who I played last week, but they played Brock Purdy, who was out, over Josh Allen. That doesn't make sense. I don't know.
I think who you played last week has given up on the season already.
Yeah, I would too. I heard he
Which-
last year picked a kicker in the first round, which he's probably not very good at this.
It was Brandon Aubrey, so at least he picked a good kicker.
True. All right, let's go to our official announcement. It is the NFL Overdrive, and we are doing this starting tomorrow. I'll have a lot of these numbers in tonight, and I promise you, this brand, we're going to work our tail off to make it fun. We're also going to work our tail off to kind of entertain you, but also give you something that's worth something. And so with the NFL Overdrive, we wanted to ramp it up. And we made this decision a while back, and it all happened, honestly, perfectly, because the first week that it's starting is this Friday. I'll have all of the information loaded up by mid-morning, and so you'll be able to look it up from that time all the way until kickoff on Sunday afternoon. But you can take us three guys on. Every Friday, we'll give out our full official picks. And if you can beat us, all three of us, not together, as individuals, as long as you can beat us and not tie, whoever it is, you'll get a $100 bill. And then you'll get a 6-month membership to justastatsports.com. So, Robbie, I feel like people got to challenge us. It's mano y mano now.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, money on the line now, so I think you got to bring it this time.
And then I was looking down here, and I found this. It was in the cushion, but I found this, and I thought it could be yours if you want to play along. So go ahead, get it going, the NFL Overdrive, and you could win this. Who's this fella on here? I don't even see these often.
So
I usually look at the other ones, but it's Mr. Franklin.
So the Greers just casually have $100 bills in their couch cushions, and I just find leftover yogurt packets that didn't make their way.
It was in the
trash can.
cushion. I don't know whose it is, but it was in the cushion. It probably fell out of my pocket one time. But yeah, if you want this, come get it. We're taking you on, all of us. You tie with us, sorry, you lost. But if you can beat us, then whoever is the person that does, and if there's multiple people, well, Sunday Night Football will be the tiebreaker between all of you knuckleheads. And so if it is a tie between the chat, and there's different people that are in the first place, then at that point, it's going to be the total on the Sunday Night Football game. So you'll give your total on whatever game it is, because we'll come live at halftime and we'll be able to talk about the sweat that we're seeing between whoever is the leaders. And so it should be a good time for sure. So
we're gonna prices right that. Who the closest to the correct answer?
Yes, and if you go over is fine, as long as you're the closest. And if you are the same, it's the person that did not go over. If that fully explains it. So if you're on both sides of it and you're both within 5, the person who did not go over would be the person who would win that. So it does pay to stay under. Anyway, if someone does go 10-0, they should pay double, or they could make the $100 in the 6-month membership. I like that one too. I don't know about double.
That's $10 a win. So 10-0, $100. There you go.
And I will look at my other couch cushions, Kevin, and see if there's anything else in there. If so, then I will pay double. But yes, it is an incredible explanation. I appreciate that. All right, we have 2 minutes, and I'm just going to warn everybody, we're going to talk a little TV timeout because we have not talked in a couple weeks. 2 minutes. I apologize in advance, but we love talking about Survivor. So real quick, before we get out of here, have you seen the latest Survivor?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about the season so far?
It's slow. I think it's starting slow.
Oh.
It's hard. It's very hard. I feel bad for the guy. One, why are you just sitting there at the water? Well, I would know my surroundings. Like, I would see a snake coming. I think he deserves to go home.
They did show last night. So there's a guy that got bit by a very venomous snake, and it's supposedly 10 times more venomous than a rattlesnake. So at that point, they had to get him checked out. It ended up being a dry bite, they said, because there was no venom released. And so it's just like a, hey, get out of here kind of deal, get out of the water. But yes, supposedly it's very venomous. It has not happened ever. And like, this is 49 seasons. And she said nobody's ever got bitten by a snake. And so, yes, it is a little weird. But it was a chance that we saw something different that has not happened, which is cool. But it has been super slow. I only know about this one tribe, and most of those people are gone. And so I'm hoping that it does speed up now that we're going to a merge. And so it should be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's a tribe swap, right? So there's not really a merge yet. They're just swapping tribes because the other one sucks so bad.
It's a tribe swap.
Yeah. They're just swapping buffs. They're not merging.
But I thought they're just everybody drops their buffs and everybody picks a random one out.
Yeah, it's a tribe swap. You're going to go in a different tribe.
So there's still two tribes. Or no, go back to 3 tribes.
Depending on the amount, they may just go down to 2 tribes since that one got depleted.
Yeah,
they didn't explain it.
You are correct. You are correct. It is a tribe swap. So there is more than the one tribe, which would be the merger, right? So yes. And yes, Joe, this is over 2 minutes. Quit timing us. And just for TJ, I know TJ wants to hear this tonight or today. And so I want to make sure.
His favorite part of this segment.
I have to. Yes, the whistle came with us. Everything is ours. We own it. We're going to keep it. Yeah. We're going to roll with it. All right. It should be a good game tonight. There's a lot of hockey that's taking place. But thank you all for hanging out with us. We're trying to have, just even more fun than we already were having. And so hopefully you're enjoying us, but we want to make sure that we're a show for the people. We want to give you what you want. So if there's ever anything that you're interested in and want us to kind of look at doing or implement on the show, by all means, we're open ears. We'd love to try different things. We're always going to make the decisions that is best for us and ones that we have the most fun over, because that's really what this show is about, is having the most fun with each other and having a good time. So we might talk a little TV timeout. We'll try to limit it unless you crazies want us to kind of continue on, because we can talk about this for a while, but that's all we got. We'll see you all for our big show on Friday. It's a little extended, even though these ones are bleeding into close to an hour at this point. But yes, we're going to continue on. Do not forget, NFL Overdrive, you can take us on head to head, but you got to beat us all. We'll see you tomorrow.